Welcome back to Tips and Tricks for Projectors. After that last video, I was so inspired that I thought I would share with you my 4 steps to perfect invitations. So this is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, I encourage you to do that so that this makes perfect sense and you'll be able to hit the ground running with your human design if you're a projector. Or if you love a projector, you'll know what they're up to. My name is Brigitte Knight, and I'm a human design specialist and a former nurse and psychotherapist. And I'm excited about human design. I love talking about it. I love coaching people on it. So let's begin. This is how I look at the projector strategy. I'm a projector. I know what the book says. Wait for recognition and invitation. That's what it says. But what does it mean to actually live inside of that strategy and have it become a part of you? So I'm going to add a little bit about what I learned over time and see if it works for you. Okay. So recognition, what does that mean? Drop some ideas in the comments. What does it mean to be recognized? Basically, it means to be called out and put on display and have the spotlight on you, and someone says, "You're awesome because," right? That is recognition. What does it feel like? Not everyone all day long is going to come up to you and say, "I recognize you for this. I appreciate you for this." Not everyone does that. But in their own way, in a million different ways, they will communicate that they're into you, right? So recognition is really awareness of a feeling. It's an intuition. It can literally be words, or let me check my notes. It's a feeling. It's like goosebumps. It's a sense of embarrassment. It's like being called out. And, just like the young people are saying these days, recognition is a vibe. What does the vibe feel like to you? That's what it means to get to know yourself. What does projector recognition mean to you? How would you describe it? How do you know that you're being recognized? That's point 1. And if you have thoughts or answers or comments to share with us, please do drop them in the comments so we can all benefit. If you have questions, drop them there too. I may be able to answer them for you. Okay, so that's step 1. Understand what recognition is. Step 2, understand what an invitation is, right? We all know what that is, what it sounds like. Hey, you're invited too, right? When you're new to human design, I'm going to pass on some advice that I got from Karen Curry Parker. She gave it to all of us way back in like the 2000 aughts when I learned from her. She said, actually listen for the word invitation. Listen for something close to I invite you so that you can start getting in the rhythm of understanding that unless you invite me to something, there's no door open for me to do anything for you, right? So what else do I have to say about it? Um, Harnessing recognition, first of all, is what's going to lead you to an invitation. It's possible that people who recognize you are about to say, love you for this, recognition, and I'd love you to help me with this. So harnessing what recognition feels like and then developing an ear for invitations, you've got the process flowing already, right? So I want to share what I have come to with invitations. I view it as learning a new language. Again, listening to synonyms for I invite you, right? I want you to do this for me is another type of invitation. Could you do this for me? Could you comment on this? Could you share? What's your thoughts on this? Those are all invitations. And guess what? You have the opportunity to accept the invitation or not. And I want you to know that you do not have to accept all invitations. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But know that just because you're getting an invitation and you feel recognized doesn't mean you need to step into that or that's the invitation for you. So again, please share any ideas, thoughts, experiences that you have about invitations. Next, I want to talk to you about energy exchange and projector energy, how to use that to choose invitations and to respond to recognition. Ready? Projectors are defined as having an open sacral. When you look at your human design chart and it says you're a projector on there, look at the lowest, I should say the square that's around the pelvic area, right? At the bottom, there are two squares. Look at the one that falls more in like the pelvic area. If that square is white or has no color in it, that means that you don't have access to energy that is infinite. You have some sort of a shutdown, a pause, a time where you need to rest and rejuvenate. And I hope that makes sense. Some of you who are projectors will kind of recognize that vibe. You can't go as long as some of your friends. You've got to jump off at some point, right? When you are getting ready to jump into an invitation or you're excited about an invitation, check in with that energy. Are you at a point where you can actually follow through on what's being asked of you? Can you sustain that? Do you think that you'll be able to get to the end of that thing? Does it feel like the invitation has energy? The person who's asking you, are they giving you access to the energy that they have? Are you starting to glide on the energy that is encompassing that invitation? Or when you hear the invitation, do you feel depleted and tired? So, guess what you do in either case? If you feel excited and rejuvenated and like, woo, I'm out there, then I encourage you to go for it and try it out and see what happens. Just because you accept an invitation doesn't mean that it's going to be like, woo, the best thing in the world. And, it might just be an opportunity to try something, right? And to have some fun with something. It may not even go anywhere, but it was an invitation that felt really good to you and you went for it and you had the energy, right? Now, if you feel depleted, in the beginning, I'm just going to say from my own experience, those are the worst invitations to accept. If you don't feel good, don't feel buzzed, don't feel like, whoa, this is going to be something amazing. I can't wait to try this. And you don't feel excited about the person who's even asking you. You don't trust them. You don't think they'll be there for the long run. You can't count on them for advice and support and recognition in the long run. There's all kinds of things to consider around the concept of recognition, invitation, and energy. Do you have the energy for it and will you have the energy for it, right? Those are things I want you to keep in mind. And I have a fourth optional step that I keep in mind all the time. And I want to make sure that I give you the accuracy of it. You ready? Clarification. Clarify the recognition, the invitation, and again, the energy. So if you are hearing the word I invite, or you're not hearing the word I invite, or you're not sure if it's an invitation, and you're not sure about the recognition, ask questions. Say, so are you asking me to respond to this, this, this? So is this the question you're asking me, or is this the thing you want me to participate in? Clarify, clarify, clarify. Because if you don't, you might respond to the wrong thing. You might accept the wrong invitation. And down the road, dog's breakfast, right? You're not where you thought you were going to be. You're not getting the energy supply that you need to keep you sustained so that you can complete whatever it is that you accepted, right? So I invite you to not be afraid to say no. No is your best friend when you're a projector. I don't feel it, not feeling it. So I'm going to say no. You may think that, oh Lord, I'll never get another invitation. Oh well, that's not true, number one. And number two, what would be worse? Accepting an invitation that's not the best for you. So I'm going to stop there. And again, invite your comments in the comment section of this video. And again, reminding you that I have a blog where I really expand more on these things and say different things in the blog that might stimulate you and make you wonder and get curious and might answer questions that I haven't answered here today. It has the title, Mastering the Projector Strategy, 4 Key Steps to Attracting the Right Invitations. And again, please be free, share your comments so we can all learn from each other, because human design is not a dead science. It is a lived experience. It is practical. It helps us in our daily lives. If you want to get things done with it, you need to know the process and you need to get to know yourself and you need to get to know the people around you. Those are like my three main things that I've learned about human design. I'll continue to share my tips as we go on, but I felt like we needed a part 2 today. So thank you for watching if you made it to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos.